You ready? Let's go.
What's up, everybody? It's Brandon again with another episode of Ball Sports. Today I'm going to go into detail about Conor and Khabib. Will that fight happen again? And I'm going to give you my opinions on why I think it will, why I think it won't, and ultimately my prediction if they do fight again. We'll start off with Khabib says no. For no amount of money will he ever fight Conor again. I'm not quite sure why, but I think it would be a big money pool. And I also think, Conor's the main attraction of that, despite how good Khabib is. Conor's the cash cow of the UFC right now. I think for the right amount of money, it might happen. Khabib says no, but I honestly just don't believe it. Everybody works for a certain amount of money. We've seen Floyd do it multiple times. If the bag's big enough, these guys will come out and fight. I also think that if they see each other before the fight, that they will fight in the street, inside or outside of an octagon. If these two see each other, there will be a fight happening. We've seen how their first fight came. Guys jumping over the cages, guys jumping in the cages, beating the hell out of each other. It's definitely a rivalry that, every UFC fan would love to see again. A clash of styles. Conor, not really just a kickboxer, but if you had to put him in kind of a category, he'd have to be a kickboxer. And if you put Khabib down as something, it's got to be a wrestler. Khabib's one of the best wrestlers of all time. I think at this time his record's 30-0. He's still got to get past Tony Ferguson, but I'm hoping that this fight does end up panning out eventually. Like I said, it's just a great cash grab. Conor knocks people out. Khabib puts him on the ground and beats the hell out of him for as long as he can until the ref hops in. These guys have a huge feud, mostly because of Conor. Conor likes to run his mouth. Everybody knows Conor likes to run his mouth. He'll run his mouth to anybody in the business. He did it to Floyd. Floyd was very humble. Floyd came in there and beat the hell out of him. And I expect if they do fight again, I expect Khabib to hold him down and beat on him again. Conor's not strong on the ground. We've seen it multiple times that when he gets to the ground, he does end up getting beat or beat on, however you want to say it. He had a couple submissions in his earlier years, but Conor's not good on the ground, and Khabib's one of the best ever on the ground. So this will be an interesting fight. Hopefully nothing happens with the Tony Ferguson and Khabib fight, because I really want to see that happen. I hope nothing intervenes with that, especially with this virus thing going on. I could see the fight having to be rescheduled. The Tony Ferguson and Khabib have tried to fight, I think, 4 or 5 times now, and they haven't been able to make it happen at all, which is very unfortunate because we really want to see them two happen again. Them two happen for the first time. We've had it scheduled multiple times, like I said, and it's never really went through. But back to the Conor and Khabib, these two guys just hate each other, and that always makes for a good rivalry. It always makes for a good fight. I'm sure it'll be a 5-round fight. We know Conor doesn't really have much of a gas tank. We've seen it in multiple fights of his. He kind of gasses out 4th and 5th round. Conor's fight against Nate Diaz, he was running in the 5th round. The last 20-30 seconds, he was running from Nate. And it just kind of shows that Conor doesn't have the conditioning, or at least he didn't. I know he's came back, and he looked really good in the Donald Cerrone fight, but Conor has one flaw, maybe 2 flaws. It's his gas tank and it's his wrestling, and that is a very large mismatch for Khabib, who's known for putting people on the ground, hitting them with elbows, tapping them out. Khabib has only lost 1 round, and that was to Conor in their fight, so props to him for that. Khabib beats the hell out of whoever he runs across. That's just facts right there. That's hard to be disputed whether any of his fights were actually close. Khabib just usually, even if it takes him 20 takedowns, you can block 19 of them. If he gets that 20th takedown, he's going to hold you on the ground. He's going to beat the hell out of you. That's all there is to it. We've seen it a million times. And I expect if Conor and Khabib fight again, that'll be what it is. Hopefully they do fight again. I know Conor wants it to happen. Khabib said no, in no way in hell will he fight Conor again. Conor lost. He tapped. And that's that, especially with all the animosity between these two. It'll be hard to see this fight ever going down again, but for the sake of the sport and being a UFC fan, I really hope that this fight does go down eventually. Be very, very entertaining for all the fans. Like I said, it'll be a huge cash grab for everybody, especially with Conor being in it. Conor's now fighting at 170 though, so he'll have to drop back down weight to 155. It's crazy to think that this guy's fought in 3 different weight divisions. He's fought some of the best people ever. He knocked out Jose Aldo. His record goes on and on, speaks for itself. He stepped into the boxing ring with Floyd, and actually kept up with him for a little bit until he gassed out and Floyd took advantage of him. I just really hope this fight goes down. It's a clash of styles. The two guys hate each other. There'll be a lot of shit talk during it. And it'll really be a fun fight for everybody. I'm sure it'll probably happen in Las Vegas or something like that. But yeah, I hope this fight really goes down. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the video, guys. Thank you.